Janet, I've been meaning to tell you something important for a while now.
What is it, Paul?
Janet, ever since I met you, my life has felt brighter, more meaningful. You have this way of making everything feel right.
Paul, that's so sweet of you to say, but...
No, let me finish. I know life hasn't been easy for you, and I know where you come from. But none of that matters to me. What matters is the incredible person you are, your kindness, your strength, your unwavering faith.
Paul, you've always accepted me for who I am, but I don't want to be a burden to you.
Janet, you could never be a burden. I don't care about wealth or background. What I care about is spending the rest of my life with you, building a future together, no matter what challenges come our way.
Paul, are you saying?
Janet, will you marry me? I promise to stand by you, through every joy and every storm, for the rest of my life.
Oh, Paul. Yes. Yes, I'll marry you.
You've made me the happiest man in the world, Janet.
And you've shown me what true love looks like, Paul.
Together, we'll write a beautiful story, one filled with faith, hope, and love.
Well, look who's glowing today. Janet, what's going on? You look like you just won the lottery. Oh, Joan, it's even better than that. Better than winning the lottery? Okay, now you have to tell me. Spill it. Paul proposed to me yesterday. Oh my goodness, Janet. Are you serious? Yes. He got down on one knee, told me he loved me no matter where I came from, and promised to be with me for the rest of his life. That is so beautiful. I'm so happy for you, Janet. You deserve this kind of love. Thank you, Joan. I still can't believe it's real. He's such a kind man, and his love feels so genuine. You're so lucky. I wish I had someone like Paul in my life, a man who sees beyond the surface and loves me for who I am. You will, Joan. The right man will come at the right time. Don't settle for less than you deserve. I hope so. Seeing you so happy gives me hope. And when it happens, I'll be here cheering for you, just like you're cheering for me now. Deal? For now, let's celebrate your engagement. I'd love that. But first, you have to tell me every single detail about how Paul proposed. All right, let me start from the beginning.
So, my beautiful fiancé, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Oh. What's on your mind, Mr. Fiancé?
Well, now that we're engaged, I think it's time I meet your parents officially. I want to ask for their blessing in person.
Oh, Paul. That's really thoughtful of you. My parents will be so happy to meet you.
I know they're important to you, Janet, and I want them to know how much I love and respect you. When do you think would be a good time to meet them?
How about this weekend? We could go to their house for lunch. My mom loves hosting, and I think she'd love the chance to prepare something special.
This weekend works perfectly for me. I'll make sure to bring something nice for them. Flowers, maybe?
That's a lovely idea. My mom loves lilies, and my dad has a soft spot for chocolate.
Noted. I'll come fully prepared, with flowers, chocolates, and my best charm.
You don't need to try too hard. Just be yourself. They'll love you as much as I do.
That's reassuring. So, lunch this weekend it is. And once we've met them, maybe we can start talking about setting a wedding date?
One step at a time, Paul. But yes, we'll start planning soon.
I can't wait, Janet. It's all becoming so real.
It is, and I couldn't be happier. Hey, John. I just heard the news. Congratulations on your engagement to Janet.
Excuse me.
So sorry.
Thanks, Sarah. That means a lot.
Honestly, that's such wonderful news. I've heard you talk about Janet before, and it's clear how much you care about her.
She's amazing, Sarah. I'm really blessed to have her in my life.
She must be pretty special to have caught your heart like that. I wish you both all the happiness in the world.
Thank you, Sarah. Your good wishes mean a lot.
So, when's the big day? Have you two set a date yet?
Not yet. We're taking things one step at a time, but we'll definitely keep everyone posted.
That's fine. I just wanted to get in touch with you. Have a nice day, Paul.
You are welcome. Have a nice day, too, Sarah.
Oh, Janet, my dear. And this must be Paul. Welcome to our home.
Thank you, Mrs. Grace. It's an honor to finally meet you both. Welcome, Paul. We've heard so much about you. It's good to finally put a face to the name. Have a seat, please.
Mom, Dad, Paul has been so eager to meet you. Come in, both of you. Make yourselves comfortable. Lunch is almost ready.
So, Paul, Janet tells us you've asked for her hand in marriage. Yes, sir. I love your daughter deeply, and I promise to cherish her and build a loving home with her.
That's good to hear, Paul. Building a home takes more than just love, though.
Exactly. A good home is built on understanding, patience, and faith. Always remember, challenges will come, but how you face them together will define your marriage. Thank you for that advice, sir. I promise to always respect and support Janet, no matter what comes our way.
I've seen Paul's heart, and I know he'll make a great husband. And you, Janet, remember that a wife plays a crucial role in holding the home together. Be supportive, prayerful, and never let small misunderstandings grow into big issues. I'll remember that, Mom.
As long as you both put God at the center of your marriage, you'll be fine. Trust in Him, and let Him guide you. Thank you, sir. We'll make sure to keep that in mind.
Now, let's move to the dining table before the food gets cold. We're celebrating a new chapter in your lives.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel, Mrs. Grace, for your blessings and your wisdom. It means the world to us. Ruth, have you heard the latest? Everyone's talking about Paul and Janet.
Paul and Janet? What's the news?
Paul proposed to Janet. Can you believe it?
Oh, that's wonderful. I've seen them together a few times, and they always seemed so happy.
Exactly. People are saying Paul's love for Janet is something special. He didn't let her background or anything else stop him.
That's true love, John. It's rare to see these days. Paul must be a good man.
And Janet? She's such a sweet soul. She deserves all the happiness in the world.
Absolutely. Have they set a wedding date yet?
Not yet, but I'm sure it won't be long. Everyone's so eager to celebrate with them.
I pray their union is blessed. They seem like such a perfect match.
Me too. It's a story that gives hope, doesn't it? That true love can still be found.
It does, Mary. And when their wedding day comes, I'm sure it'll be the talk of the town again.
Oh, definitely. Let's keep our ears open for updates.
Yeah. I should be on my way. See you tomorrow at church.
All right. Bye.
Sarah, you've been quiet since we got here. What's on your mind? Talk to me, please.
It's about Paul and Janet.
Oh, their engagement? It's such wonderful news. They make a lovely couple. Yes, I went to congratulate Paul the other day. He seemed so happy, and I truly wished him and Janet well. But something's bothering you, isn't it? Grace, I fell in love with Paul. You did? Yes. For the longest time, I hoped he would notice me, that he might feel the same way. But he never did. And now, seeing him so in love with Janet, it hurts. Oh, Sarah, I'm so sorry. That must be difficult for you. I feel guilty for even feeling this way. Paul and Janet deserve to be happy. I know that. But a part of me can't help but wonder what might have been. Your feelings are valid, Sarah. It's okay to feel hurt. But you're doing the right thing by wishing them well. That shows the kind of person you are, kind and selfless. Thanks, Grace. I just need to let go of these feelings and move on. Maybe my own love story is still waiting for me somewhere. It is, Sarah. The right person will come into your life at the right time, and when they do, it'll all make sense. I will keep on praying. Why did you buy this kind of clothes for me?
I needed to appear smart in front of my parents. You know, they claim to be rich and would love to see their potential daughter-in-law look amazing.
Wow. I love that. Thanks, my love.
You are welcome, darling. What is keeping them until now?
Relax, my love. They will soon be here.
They're here. Thank God.
Hope I told you. Paul can keep to time, you know that.
Let's go and meet my parents.
That's lovely.
Mom, Dad, I'd like you to meet Janet.
Janet, it's so lovely to finally meet you. Paul has told us so much about you. It's an honor to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Anderson. Paul speaks so highly of you both.
Welcome, Janet. Any woman who has won Paul's heart must be very special.
She is. Janet has brought so much joy into my life.
Come, sit. Tell us more about yourself, Janet. Well, I grew up in a small town. I come from a humble background, but my parents taught me the value of love, faith, and hard work.
Those are important values, Janet. A strong foundation is essential for building a good home.
And we can see why Paul admires you so much. You're gracious and carry yourself beautifully. Thank you, Mrs. Anderson. That means a lot coming from you.
Janet is everything I've ever hoped for. That's why I wanted you both to meet her.
And we're glad you brought her, Paul. She's wonderful.
So, when do you plan to start the wedding preparations? We'd like to see this happen sooner rather than later.
We haven't set a date yet, but we were hoping to get your input.
Let's not waste any time. We'll help in any way we can. That's so kind of you, but we don't want to impose.
Nonsense, Janet. You're family now.
And family helps each other. Let's start planning soon, shall we?
What do you think, Janet?
I think we're blessed to have so much love and support. Then it's settled. Let's make this a celebration to remember.
Let's move to the dining room. Celebration begins in earnest.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Grace. It's wonderful to see you again.
Good afternoon, Paul. It's nice to have you here. How have you been?
I've been well, ma'am, thank you. And you?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. Please sit.
I brought this for you as a token of my respect and appreciation.
Oh, Paul, you're too kind. You didn't have to.
It's my pleasure, ma'am. I just wanted to express my gratitude for welcoming me into your family.
This is lovely. Thank you so much, Paul.
I'm glad you like it.
So, now that the introduction is out of the way, Have you and Janet thought about when the wedding should hold?
Yes, ma'am, we've been discussing it. We're thinking of a time that works well for everyone, but we'd love to hear your thoughts as well.
That's considerate of you. Do you have a particular time in mind?
We were considering late spring, maybe May or early June. It's a beautiful time of year, and it gives us enough time to plan.
Late spring sounds perfect. The weather is usually nice, and it's not too far off. What do you think, Paul?
I think it's a great idea, ma'am. We want everything to go smoothly, and we want to ensure that you and our families are comfortable with the timing as well.
That's a good approach. Late spring will give everyone enough time to prepare, and we can start planning the details soon.
Thank you, ma'am. Your support means so much to us.
You have my full support, Paul. I'm very happy for both of you. You're part of this family now, Paul. You can call me Mom.
Thank you, Mom. That means a lot to me. Janet is not picking my calls for 3 days now. No one knows her whereabouts, not even her parents. Could this be a dream? What's the problem? You just dashed into my office without permission. Is everything okay?
Yes, sir. Janet is waiting for you at the reception. She sent me to call you for her.
Janet? Where? Let me check on her. Please arrange these files for me. Thanks. Janet. What happened? Where have you been these days?
We need to talk, Paul.
Sure. Let's get to the restaurant. This is work hours. We need to be snappy. Janet. What a surprise. I wasn't able to connect you for the past 3 days. I hope there's no problem.
Paul, there's something I need to tell you.
What is it? You can tell me anything.
Paul, I've been thinking a lot about us, and I've decided I can't continue this relationship.
What? Janet, where is this coming from? I thought we were happy together.
It's not that I don't care about you, Paul. But I've met someone else.
Someone else? Janet, what are you saying?
He's promised me so much, Paul. He says he'll buy me cars, build mansions, and give me the life I've always dreamed of.
Janet, are you sure about this? You're choosing material promises over what we've built together?
It's not just about that, Paul. He's offering me stability and a future I never thought I could have.
Janet, stability isn't built on empty promises. It's built on trust, love, and hard work, everything we've been building together.
Maybe. But I need to take this chance.
This can't happen. We have built a lot together. Our families have united already because of you and I, as would be husband and wife. Think about what everyone would say. What about my feelings? You just want to walk out of the already built relationship as ours? Think careful. What do you want that I can't afford? Please. Don't do this to us.
I've made my decision, Paul. I hope you find someone who can give you the love you deserve. We can't live together. It is not my fault.
It's my fault? Right? Don't do this, please. I am begging you.
Goodbye, Paul.
You've been quiet, babe. What's on your mind?
I was just thinking about Paul. I told him today that I can't continue the relationship.
And how did he take it?
He was hurt, of course. He didn't try to stop me, though. He just said he hoped I'd find the happiness I'm looking for.
Well, he's not wrong. You're going to find happiness with me.
You really think so, Chris?
Of course. Babe, you deserve the best, and I'm going to give you that. Imagine this: luxury cars, a mansion with a pool, designer clothes, whatever you want, it'll be yours.
It sounds so perfect, Chris. But I left someone who genuinely cared for me. What if I made a mistake?
A mistake? Please. You're upgrading, Janet. Paul could never give you the kind of life I'm offering.
I hope you're right. I just want to feel secure and loved.
And you will. Trust me, Janet, with me, you'll never have to worry about anything again.
Thank you, Chris. I really hope this is the start of something amazing.
Oh, it will be, babe. Just wait and see. Now, how about we stop worrying and go celebrate your new life with me?
All right. Let's do it.
Sarah, there's something I've been meaning to tell you for a while now.
I'm listening, Paul. What's on your mind?
I've been doing a lot of thinking lately about my past, my choices, and about you.
About me?
Yes. Sarah, I realized I made a mistake. When Janet came into my life, I let myself get swept away, but the truth is, I think I've always had feelings for you. I was just too blind to see it back then.
Paul. Are you saying?
Yes, Sarah. I love you. I've loved you all along, even if I didn't realize it. You've always been there for me, supporting me, caring for me. And now, I can't imagine my life without you.
Paul, I've waited so long to hear you say that. I've always cared about you, but I thought you'd never see me that way.
I see you now, Sarah. And I don't want to waste any more time. Will you marry me?
Yes, Paul. Yes, I'll marry you.
You've made me the happiest man alive, Sarah. I promise to love and cherish you for the rest of my life.
And I promise to be by your side, no matter what.
So, when should we start planning the wedding?
Right now. I've been waiting for this moment forever. I'm not wasting a single second.
All right, let's do it.
Chris, we've been together for 6 months now, and I think it's time we start planning our wedding. Don't you think?
Janet, let's not rush things. There's still so much to sort out before we talk about that.
Rush things? Chris, you promised me the world. Cars, mansions, and marriage. I've been patient, but I need to know when we're making it official.
Look, Janet, I need some time to sort out a few things. Trust me, I have everything under control.
Did you expect anyone today, Chris?
Not at all.
Chris. We're finally back. The kids couldn't wait to see you.
Wow. My dear. You are welcome.
Who is this?
Janet, this is my wife, Clara.
Your wife? Chris, what are you talking about? Chris, who is this woman?
Clara, it's not what it looks like. She's just a friend.
A friend? Chris, you promised to marry me. You said you loved me. Dad. I missed you. Good to see you again.
Oh, my daughter. You are welcome.
Is she my second mummy? Dad. Marry her? Chris, what have you been doing while I was away?
Clara, please, let me explain.
Explain? There is nothing to explain. You lied to me, Chris. You used me. I'm sorry you got involved in this, but it looks like you've been fooled. Chris has always been a smooth talker. I gave up everything for you, Chris. How could you do this to me?
Janet, I didn't mean for it to go this far.
You're nothing but a liar and a cheat. I'm done with you. We'll talk about this later. Keys. You've got a lot of explaining to do. I love you, Paul.
I love you too, my beautiful wife.
Look at Paul and Sarah. Oh my God. I am finished. Ladies, be wise.